Hey guys, and welcome to the Captain Fizz and Mascot Show. On tonight's episode, we will be talking about the Netflix original series, Stranger Things, and Captain Fizz is going to rant about McDonald's. So more, all that and more coming up right after the music, so stay tuned.
Fizz and Mascot Show. Of course, I am Captain Fizz.
And greetings once again from the 7th Moon of Thunder. I am that mask guy.
Yes, and it's going to be one interesting show tonight. Lots to talk about. I think we might as well just go right into the rant while you do the, little last-minute research onto our other topic. So, walking into McDonald's today, and the weirdest thing actually happened. You've had this happen before. They have these new fancy dangly machines that allow you to create your burger before you order it, which is nice and all, except for the fact I don't need a machine to tell me what I want to eat. And when you walk in, you see these things, you don't think you're in a McDonald's. You think you've walked into some sort of alternate dimension, some portal to hell or some weird type of thing.
Well, I haven't actually seen one of the machines that you're speaking of, but I did have an experience where I went in and they offered, they were showing people this new system that they were coming up with, where you could go off and you could order burgers your way and everything. And I was in a crappy mood and no, I don't want it. No, I don't want this. And after I got paid, the manager came over and had talked to me. And he says, it would have been cheaper, for you could have got the exact, same type of burger that you wanted, but you could have got it cheaper if you had done, this way. Plus, you would have had a better patty. And I turned to the guy that was at the cashier. And I says, if you had started off with that, I would have taken you up on the offer.
Okay, how is ordering food from a machine going to guarantee you have a better patty?
I have no idea. I don't necessarily.
Does it have more protein? It makes you question this. How is it ultimately better? Is it going to shoot it out of some sort of hole in the machine, and it's here's your burger, and you got to catch it with some sort of glove or some odd thing? It makes no sense. You're still waiting. You're still in line. It doesn't make things better. It makes things complicated. And I hate complications.
You hate complications.
I'm watching this guy, and he's overalls and farmer hat, and almost looks like he's fresh off a Hutterite farm, and he's standing there staring at this machine, and this woman's trying to walk him through. He's like, no, I'll just go up there and order. You guys can deal with all that. And she's trying to walk him through it, and she doesn't seem to acknowledge or understand or accept the fact that this guy doesn't want to touch this stupid machine. And I feel like I'm the same way. Not that I think I'm going to break it or I'm some sort of, technological, fool or some sort. I just don't think that we need to go to this point where a computer needs to tell us what we're eating. I like the whole friendly, welcome to, McDonald's, here's our food, you can't complain because we don't care. That's pretty much what you expect.
The self-checkouts that a lot of the grocery stores have these days. I hate those things. Those things are just absolutely moronic because you can't possibly get through one single trip using one of those machines without having to get the person to come over and help you anyway.
And I'm the one person, it doesn't matter what I'm buying, I will sit there and I will stare at the machine in the most awkward of ways, forcing somebody to come over and help me. It doesn't fail. I don't like machinery. I think, in most industries now, machinery basically is like the death of the company, especially of the workers, things like that. It makes it easy, yes, but it makes it less work for the workers. So I will go out of my way to make sure the workers still have enough work dealing with a customer like me.
Well, it's just, you know what? I mean, we're talking about a minimum wage market anyways here. I mean, for them to go off and say, okay, we're going to replace minimum, paid workers with a machine, does seem kind of cheap.
And the people who are working on the machines make more money than I see in a minute. Or in a week or some sort. Like, these guys are paid more to fix this stupid machine than they would actually be spending to have the workers working. I don't get their knowledge in this. It makes no sense.
I don't know. I mean, it must seem logical to them. I don't know. I've talked to friends who work in, other, who used to work for Walmart, and everything is just getting, changed up there. I mean, a lot of people are losing their jobs everywhere. I mean, and we're talking about, like, Walmart here. We're talking about McDonald's. I mean, we're not talking about high-end paying places that are losing people. We're talking about, people that are getting paid close to, minimum wage.
Yeah, and, I have to say this before I move into what I actually want to say. Not a week goes by where we don't mention one of our very, very loyal followers who we actually text before the show to make sure that he gets his butt out of bed to listen to us. So thank you, Weem. And I agree with what his comment is. He also hates self-checkouts. And in his opinion, and I don't fully agree with it, but I don't fully disagree with his, theory, they were designed by Cyberdyne Industries.
Weeb, as always, you are a genius.
You have broken the internet. No, and I if you look up here in Manitoba, we're not going to shy away from where we are. We very openly bring up where we are from.
We are literally, I mean, if you want to know where Winnipeg is literally the center of North America.
We are the butthole of Canada.
I think the butthole of Canada is Regina. Get that right, okay?
Regina smells better. They're slightly south.
I forgot. I was talking to a Riders fan.
Yeah, but up here in Manitoba, up in the Paw, which is a very, 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 very northern city of Manitoba, they had a mill recently closed down with no warning. They literally almost have less than 2 weeks to vacate. And this is the industry that we're going on. A lot of these companies can't keep their business going, and I blame the computers for it. I blame computers and robotics and Robotnik.
Robotnik, yes.
I blame Robotnik.
You're blaming Sonic the Hedgehog's main villain for what is happening.
Robotnik is evil, and he is the main villain of all of this. But computers and robotics and all this stuff is not made to make things better. It's made as a global takeover, make us stupider and lazier and broker and I don't know, some other words I can't think of.
This is going to go off, and I'm really concerned about this because this could lead to like Skynet and like Terminators trying to kill us all.
I will gladly go one-on-one with a Terminator. I will not live, but I will gladly go one-on-one with a Terminator. I will use my bazooka slingshot.
I'm just afraid that somewhere along the line there's going to be a robot army, and then some person pretending to be good is going to bring forth a army of clones, and then turn around and destroy all the robots, only to make things even worse.
Yes, and the only thing that'll actually protect us is our aluminum tinfoil hats.
I was going to go up and say a little green guy with big ears and a lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't even think Yoda's going to protect us on that one. So yeah, that's my little rant. I just, it's the last thing you expect to see walking into a fast food restaurant is this computer animated thing that tells you what you want to order. If I knew what I wanted to order, I wouldn't be walking into the damn place in the first place. Yeah. And then now you're just throwing more options at me. Like, last thing you need to do.
That's the worst thing to do to any... we now live in a society where having a short attention span is almost encouraged. And then, so, giving someone with a short attention span too many options is never a good idea.
Okay, you give me any more options than two.
That's like anarchy.
You give me any more options than 2, and the whole world is going to burn. Live or die. That's pretty much simple enough, but live, die, or move forward, I can't decide. That's pretty much what it is. Or lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, bacon, onions. Like, what the hell is this?
Wait a minute.
I ordered a burger.
Wait a minute. I know you. You would go off and you would completely blank out everything as soon as you saw bacon. That's all you care about.
See, when you go up there and you talk to the person, you know what food you want, and you know what's on that burger and what you don't want on the burger. It's much easier to tell them I don't want one thing than to say what you want on the stupid thing.
Okay, now I'm going to just start boycotting all McDonald's because this is sounding way too, complicated.
I will only order from McDonald's in the future if they start, supplying us with squirrel meat.
Isn't that what's in their burgers already?
No, that's mealworms, which is what my lizard eats. So I think we need to kind of take a little. We'll take our usual music interlude. It's been 11 minutes already.
11
and
minutes.
We've been talking about robots.
Yes, we started off at McDonald's robots. It seems like a regular Tuesday afternoon to me.
It definitely is a regular Tuesday. So we're going to do our little quick music interlude halfway through our show. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Stranger Things and whatever else pops into our crazy little heads on a Tuesday evening.
As long as it's not Space Monkeys.
As long as that's... God dang it, now I want Space Monkeys. So yes, enjoy our music and we'll be right back. Fizz and Mask Guy show. I hope you enjoyed the first part of our show. It was very Robotnik. Yes, I'm going to use that term again. It was definitely a great first start of our show, talking about McDonald's and robots. Who knew the two actually went together?
I don't know. They do. I mean, have you ever gotten a McDonald's Happy Meal?
It reminds me though of if you go to, and I'm going to really feel stupid saying this, SpongeBob with Plankton always doing the little robotic hamburgers and that, yeah, that's what that reminds me of. One of these days we're going to have like a spider monkey computerized hamburger running around.
Being attacked by a cat.
Yes, you are. So now we're going to move into our next segment, which I think is an awesome segment. It is a brand new Netflix TV series. Unfortunately, only 8 episodes.
Well, you've watched all 8 episodes.
I have watched all 8.
I literally watched episode 4 just before we started getting ready for the show tonight. So
yes, you are pretty much cramming in one of the all-time greatest TV shows I've ever seen.
And I gotta say, I'm absolutely blown away. I mean, having watched now a few different series from Netflix. I mean, this by far might be the best series that Netflix has ever produced, and I love a lot of the stuff that Marvel has went off and done on there. And I've said on previous episodes, I loved the first season of Hemlock Grove and completely lost interest. After 2 episodes in the second season because it just absolutely sucked. But this. I'm only halfway through it, and I'm just like, oh my god.
And if you haven't clued in yet, we are talking about Stranger Things, produced by the Duffer Brothers, which is a very, very, new name for all fans out there, but with a very unique backstory. Stranger Things was actually created because the Duffer Brothers wanted to actually direct/produce, whatever you want to call it, It, which is the new movie for Stephen King that they're doing, remaking the original. they actually turned them down because they weren't experienced enough. So what they want